Hey Canucks fans, welcome to Clay's Canucks commentary for Sunday, September the 9th. I'm Clay Emo at Canuck Clay on Twitter. I'm at Clayton Emo on Instagram, and I'm a founding member of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club. Speaking of good looking, I got my haircut yesterday as promised. Was looking a little shaggy yesterday, I admit. And also speaking of good looking, the Canucks prospects looked good, looked great, looked awesome in pummeling the Winnipeg Jets prospects 8-2 on Friday night. As part of the Young Stars tourney, they play their second game of their two-game series today to wind up the Young Stars tourney in Kelowna. They play this afternoon. I want to talk about what we can expect from the Vancouver Canucks on the ice this season in terms of excitement and entertainment. Now, as you know, I'm entering my 9th season as a season ticket holder. Very blessed to come into the Canucks season ticket world in the 2010-2011 season. Obviously a wonderful season to come in, culminating in that Stanley Cup run, one game short as we know, but it's been a great 8 years since then. My season ticket partner, Mike, he's had the tickets for about 16 or 17 years. So when his original partner, had to jump out, I jumped in 8 years ago, and it's been amazing ever since. Every season I go to about 10 or 12 games. Mike goes about 3 or 4. We give a few games away to charity, and we sell the rest at really reasonable prices. And at the end of this video, I'll provide my email address, and if you want, I can send you our game list, a ticket list, our price list, and then we can go from there. But I'll get to that in a couple minutes. When you go to a Canucks game or any sporting event, but let's talk about the Canucks because this is indeed Clay's Canucks commentary. When you go to a Canucks game live, when it comes to entertainment and excitement, what's your criteria? Is your main criteria you want to see the Canucks win? That would be understandable. Is your main criteria you want to be entertained? Is it you want to see certain players do well, or you want to see certain progress from different players? Or it depends on the opponent. Sometimes you want to see them a competitive, exciting game. Other times you just want to see them pummel them, like Boston. I would love to see the Canucks pummel Boston every time they play them. So there's different criteria for sure. And I think the two main ones obviously is you want to see the Canucks win and you want to be entertained while doing so. But if you can only have one, kind of a dilemma or a question I like to pitch to fellow friends and fellow fans. If you can only pick one, a Canucks win or an entertaining game, which one would you pick? I know obviously a lot of people would pick Canucks win. I don't care if it's boring or if it's exciting. As long as they get the 2 points, especially if they're fighting for a playoff spot, then I want to see them win. That makes sense. Others would say, no, especially in a season where the Canucks aren't expected to do well, i.e. this season, I'd rather see an entertaining game and maybe see the Canucks lose 5-4 in a shootout or an overtime or maybe a 2-goal game or whatever it may be. But as long as it's back and forth and a lot of offense, a lot of great chances, a lot of great saves, whatever it may be. So whatever, Canucks fans, I'm curious, what is it for you? Would you rather see them win, or would you rather be entertained? And let's say you could only pick one. I'm just kind of curious to see what you think. I think for this season, I want to be entertained. I would never use the word T-A-N-K, as you know. I don't believe in that. But if we're realistic, we don't think the Canucks will make the playoffs this year, then it's anticipated that they're not going to win a lot of games, then I sure as heck want to be entertained when I'm there. And I think we will be this season, especially compared to last season. Now, it's very easy to talk about the defense and goaltending because that hasn't changed. And generally, defense or goaltending don't really get you excited. They're not the most entertaining portions of the game, aside from maybe an awesome save or a wonderful breakout by a defenseman once in a while. But really, the Canucks roster, as we know, hasn't changed on the back end, from defense to defense, from goalie to goalie. And it would be a lot different if Quinn Hughes was playing. Then I think you could say automatically the excitement level would be shot up, would be bolstered. But as we know, Hughes is returning to Michigan. So when it comes to defense and goaltending, I don't think we're going to see much of a difference. And admittedly, those aren't the most exciting positions to watch or to play, yes, but not to watch as a fan, sitting up in my seats in Section 319, which I'll get to. So now we look at the forwards. Obviously, the big loss were the Sedins, and then the big gain, or the big addition. I'm not talking about Beagle, Roussel, and Shaw, but I am talking about a guy like Elias Pettersson. With the Sedins, I think during the 2011-2012, right when they're getting their Hart trophies and their Art Ross trophies, anytime they touched the puck, it was pretty exciting. We moved to the edge of our seats. We wanted to see Sedinery, behind the back passes, through the legs, ESP, twin magic, whatever you want to call it. And I think almost every time, wonderful deflections, give and goes, anytime they touched the puck, it was pretty exciting. Last few years, they were still very clever with the puck, very imaginative with the puck, but either they didn't have as much success making those crazy plays, maybe the team wasn't as good, maybe they didn't have as skilled players to play with, whatever the reason, there seemed to be less magical moments. When they were magical, when they did have those moments, they were certainly very magical. You think of their game-winning goal against Arizona in the last home game of their careers last season. But in general, you weren't going to the edge of your seat as much when the Sedins got the puck over the past couple seasons. We were going to the edge of our seat, though, when Brock Boeser got the puck. And whether it was taking a wicked snapshot or wrist shot from the slot, or trying to beat a guy wide, or making a great pass to the neutral zone, anytime Boeser got the puck, we got excited because we were on the Boeser hype train and there was an anticipation there. Well, I think, even though I think I made the point last week that I was surprised that the Elias Pettersson hype train hadn't gotten going yet, maybe because it was, there's other stories this summer. But I think, especially after Friday night, the Pettersson hype train is in full motion, is in full swing, and has a lot of momentum already. So I think the exact same way we got excited about Boeser last year, we're going to get excited about Elias Pettersson this season. Because we know he can make defenders look silly the way he can stick handle and dangle. We know he's got a wicked shot. We saw that on Friday night. We know that he's got good hockey IQ. I can't say IQ. He's got good hockey IQ. And we know that the Canucks fans are banking on him to have a great season, especially given what he did in the Swedish League last year. So if we keep that excitement for Boeser, and then we get excited anytime Pettersson touches the puck, to me, that's worth going to Canucks games alone. That's what I'm really looking forward to. Yes, it would be nice to have Quinn Hughes feeding Pettersson and Boeser from the back, but we'll have to wait at least one season for that. But that's why I get excited about our forward group. The top 6 forwards, I think, are going to be exciting to watch. You got Boeser, Horvat, Pettersson, and maybe some combination of Eriksson, Barchi, Goudobin, Leipzig, whatever it may be. That's an exciting group. Then, of course, and Virtanen. Hopefully he gets some looks there, as you know, big Virtanen fan. Drops off after that, of course, but you don't expect your third and fourth line to be too exciting or too entertaining. So that's what I'm excited about. I'm excited about Pettersson first and foremost. I'm still excited about Boeser. And I think for the Canucks overall, because we don't want them to win or we don't anticipate them challenging for the playoffs, to me a perfect game would be a very entertaining back and forth game, high scoring game with the Canucks. Obviously I want them to win, but realistically I don't think that's going to happen a lot this season. As I've talked about before, one more season of pain. Okay, that was not a sneaky way to try and get you to buy tickets from me. We're doing fine. We have 24 tickets to sold, and we've already sold half of them. So we have 12 or 13 games left to sell. We have 2 tickets, 2 seats, so you have to buy the pair. They're in section 319, row 13, sections row 1 and 2. That was horrible. Let me say that again. Section 319, row 13, seats 1 and 2. Right on the aisle, and the cool thing about these seats is if you move across the aisle, it shoots up to the next price point. So in essence, we are in the best seats possible for our price range. We are in the offensive zone, so we see the Canucks shoot on the first and third periods, and we are basically looking down at the left face-off dot, the opposing goalie's left shoulder. So yeah, so we're in the offensive zone, really cheap tickets. I'll send you, if you want, I can send you the list. Just know that we price it according to the Vancouver Canucks, the game categories that they've set, and we go a lot cheaper than they do because we don't obviously charge Ticketmaster fees or service fees or taxes or anything. And we would never, we don't want to rip our friends and colleagues off. So if you want, the other thing about these seats too is we jut out to the side, so there's actually no one sitting in front of you. Especially if you sit in seat number 1, the left one, not seat number 2, but you sit in seat number 1, you actually have a clear view of the ice. There's no one in front of you, and no one you have to keep peering over, whatever it may be. Okay, so if you're interested in that, send me an email. My email address is very easy. It's clayimo@shaw.ca. That's CLAYIMOO@shaw.ca, and I'll just send you the Excel spreadsheet, and it's first come, first serve. Like I said, we've got 12 or 13 games left to sell. All right, Canucks fans, leave a comment below. I'd love to read, react, and reply, as always. What do you look for when you're at a game? Aside from the Canucks winning, what are your main criteria, your main factors when it comes to being entertained and getting excited when watching the team? And as a corollary to that, as a follow-up, how excited are you to see Pettersson, to see Boeser, and do you think the Canucks will be an entertaining team to watch this season, especially compared to last season? Leave a comment below. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. Have a great day. Give this video a like if you like what I'm doing. And God bless. Go Canucks, go.